I don't know about you, but that looked like money.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another player run video. This video is going to be a video on the Otto Graham regular issue cards. Before I get too far into it, you'll notice in the thumbnail there's an asterisk in the title. That's because when it comes to the 52 Bowman, I don't necessarily go after both the large and the small. I usually go for one or the other. The reason for that, quite frankly, is cost. You know, I'd rather use the money for other things than have a larger or smaller version of the same card. In this case, with the Otto Graham, I've got the 52 Bowman large. I do not have the small. But anyway, let's get right into it. The first card you see is the 55 Topps All-American. I don't know if this is considered a playing days card or not, but it's so cool I wanted to include it. He retired after the 54 season. Doesn't have a 55 Bowman, but does have this. So, considering how cool the card is and how much I love this set, I decided to include it. This is a card that I think everybody should have in their collection, honestly. 55 All-Americans are just beautiful, beautiful copies. Some of the nicest vintage football cards you'll find are in this set. When it comes to the 55 All-American, all cards are players in their college uniforms, and that's because Topps did not have a pro football license. So they skirted around that and made a set of players in their college uniforms. And there are many players in this set that are from the, the late 20s, 30s, early 40s that don't have a mainstream / regular issue card, and their rookie card is in this set. So that makes it kind of cool to me. This card in particular, great eye appeal of the legend Otto Graham. Next up, it's kind of a unique item. It's also from 1955. This is kind of a bonus card I'm showing. From the 55 All-American Sports Club. I don't know a ton about this set other than it was distributed in sheet form, and you had to be have a membership either with this club and maybe with the Boy Scouts of America. I've read some stuff that this was distributed through the Boy Scouts as well. I don't know if that's 100% fact, but I have read that. If the photo in this item looks familiar, you're going to know why in a minute. But these are almost like really thin photo stock. I don't know if you can... Yeah, you can kind of see right through that. But there aren't a whole lot of these out there. PSA just started grading these a few years ago, and I think they got popular due to the set registry stuff. Kind of a neat little item of Otto Graham. Otto Graham doesn't have a whole lot of cards. At least mainstream issued cards. There are a couple, like Bond Bred for Health. That's one I would love to pick up someday. But yeah, Graham, when it comes to putting a player run together of regular issue cards, it's not too challenging. Anyway, moving on from this, keep your eye on that photo, because, oh damn it, I keep hitting that, because there it is again. Kind of funny. So yeah, the All-American Sports Club kind of hijacked the photo from 54 Bowman. The 54 Bowman Graham is, I don't know, super cool looking card. I love the just the colors on it, the blue sky, the green trees, and then the brown, orange, and white uni on top of that, and then the banner nameplate with the team logo. Just, this is a cool looking card. One thing Bowman did that I didn't like is they didn't, I mean, there's stats on this, but they're not really in table form that we're used to. They're kind of put into a paragraph over here on the bottom left, but I do like the write-ups on the players, you know. Some of the old vintage cards, you know, you read the bios of the players and they tell you, you know, what they do in the off season for work, or, you know, who they're married to, what their wife does. It's kind of neat to read stuff like that. But this is my 54 Graham. It is a PSA 4. That's kind of secondary because it looks a lot better than that to me. And the population count on these isn't extremely high either. A few hundred. That's pretty much the case for most of Graham's cards. Next up is a 53 Bowman. Look at this beauty. This is a beautiful card. Again, lower on the population count on these. But look at the centering on this. These are so hard to find centered. I just love this card. Just a simple pose of Otto Graham staring in the camera, saying, let's get this over with so I can go play. This is not my favorite set. In fact, it's one of my least favorite sets. But this card's actually pretty nice. Really nice. And again, on the back, there's a little bit of stats down here and a somewhat lengthy bio. You know, it's funny, in this camera I'm using, it really picks up a lot of the imperfections in the card. I see a lot of tanning around the edges, which is quite common for cards that are 70 plus years old. But with the naked eye, it doesn't really stand out that much. But with the camera, it sure does. Maybe this is what graders are using to find imperfections. So yeah, graded SGC 5. It definitely looks the part, if not better. I love this card a lot. Next up is not the 52 Bowman Small because I don't own it. But I do have a 52 Bowman Large. That is well centered. Again, a really, really tough set to find cards centered. The Graham is one of the toughest ones I found to find reasonably centered, and this one is. Left to right, it's really good. Up and down, it's shifted a little bit down, but other than that, the eye appeal is really tremendous on this. Just love the blue sky. I love the team logo on top of the nameplate slash banner. I just love 52 Bowman in general. Sorry, I'm just kind of reading the back. And if you read the back, you can see how the passing game has evolved since the 50s, because 265 passing attempts, it looks like, in 1951. That was a lot for back then. And that made him one of the game's best passers. What a beautiful, beautiful card. Probably my second or third favorite Graham card. The one coming up might be my favorite, because I love 1951 Bowman, so This is Otto Graham's second card. His 51 Bowman. I got this quite a while ago. It is graded SGC 6, it looks like. A little bit off center left to right, but goodness, is the registration perfect on this. Does not have the print line going across the center that I talk about all the time for 51 Bowman. Great color. Corners are really good on this. Look at that beauty. And the 51 Bowman backs are the same as baseball. No stats, just a nice little paragraph. Yeah, he was 137 for 253 for 1,943 yards. He was second in passing with those numbers back then. Again, just a testament to how the game has changed and why we can't really compare eras. This is a card I could stare at for a while. It's just so gorgeous. Last but not least, this is 1950 Bowman rookie card. One of a few CGC slab cards that I own. This one is graded a CGC 5. And right off the bat, yes, it's off center, up and down. I know that. However, as we zoom in here, you'll see the registration is perfect. And the reason I bring that up, if you're familiar with 1950 Bowman football, oftentimes, you know, the outline of the player, you know, there's a black outline of the player, right? That's oftentimes kind of shifted off, making the registration really bad, and the image appears blurry. This one is spot on perfect. This is an example of where I pretty much say screw the centering, give me the registration. I can live with it being shifted off center a little bit because the registration's so nice. You can see some of the little bit of the tanning or yellowing or browning of the edges a little bit in through the camera lens. Doesn't show up as much with the naked eye. But yeah, this is the 1950 Bowman Otto Graham in a 5. Really, really beautiful card. One of the key cards of the 50s. Probably top 5 key rookie cards of 1950s vintage football. Definitely top 10, but probably top 5. In fact, outside of Jim Brown, United Star, yeah, he's probably, he's top 5. So there you have it. That's the Otto Graham run, and I can't do this video without showing this again. I'm so sorry to y'all out there. I've been hunting for other postcard backs of exhibits, and I can't find any of any player. It's truly, I hate to use the word rare, but this is a rare item. This is classifies as rare. I know that there are only 2 graded, and I have one of them. But I guess that's kind of like the definition of rare, right? If there's only 2 out there. So yeah, I'm gonna put this back. I'll put this back up. So what do you think of the Otto Graham cards? Do you have a favorite? I go back and forth between 52, 51, and 50 all the time. But honestly, he kind of doesn't have a bad looking card. You know, this 53, I love that too. Here's the 54. There's that 52. That's just awesome looking. And the 51. Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite, honestly. And then we started with, you know, the 55 All-American, which is damn nice too. So yeah, curious to hear what you guys have to say about it, you guys and ladies out there. Otto Graham, one of the biggest names in vintage football collecting. A great guy to target. His cards will set you back a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But there's not a lot of them out there. If you watch my vintage football and baseball video from earlier this week, or last week I guess, you know that the population counts on these are very small. So anyway, let me know what you think. I appreciate you hanging out with me this long, almost 17 minutes. We'll talk soon. Take care.